Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, your friendly English learning hub. Today we are going to learn how to narrate past events in English confidently. And guess what? We are going to do it by listening to an interesting story from the past. So stay tuned till the end because not only you will learn a story, you will also learn how to tell your own past events more confidently and fluently. So before jump into the story, let me explain why narrating past events is important. When we speak to friends, during interviews, or even in storytelling, we often talk about things that happened in the past, right? So it's important to know how to structure sentences in the past tense and how to keep your storytelling engaging. When you narrate past events, use past tense verbs like went, saw, decided. So let's begin our story. As I narrate it, notice the use of past tense verbs and how I connect each event to build a flow. About 4 years ago, I decided to take a break from my daily routine. I had been working hard for months and I desperately needed a getaway. So I packed my bags and left for a quiet hill station called Greenwood Valley. When I arrived, I felt like I had stepped into another world. The air was fresh, the birds were chirping, and the mountains looked majestic. But something unexpected happened on my first night there. As the sun set, I went out for a walk along a narrow trail. It was getting dark, but I decided to explore a bit more. Suddenly, I heard a noise behind me, like someone was walking. I turned around, but there was no one. I felt a bit shiver, but I continued walking. After a few minutes, I saw an old man sitting on a rock. He looked tired and was breathing heavily. I approached him carefully and asked, "Are you all right, sir?" He smiled weakly and said, "I lost my way. I have been walking for hours." I offered to help him, so we both walked back together, talking about life, nature, and the village people. I later found out he was a retired teacher who lived alone, but he had thousands of stories to tell. That night, instead of fear, I felt blessed. I had learned that sometimes when you lose your way, life introduces you to good people. That trip taught me not just to relax, but to connect, to listen, and to help. So that was the story. Now let's break down how I narrated it. I'm going to tell you useful tips for narrating past events. Tip number one, use past tense verbs. Example, decided, went, heard, felt, saw. Tip number two, connect events using words like then, after that, later, suddenly, finally. Tip number three, don't rush, give small descriptions. Example, the air was fresh or he was breathing heavily. And now tip number four, use feelings and thoughts. Example, I felt blessed, I was tired. So now it's your turn. Think of a past event, maybe it was a trip, a funny childhood memory, or a life changing experience. Start telling it using past tense verbs and the tips we learned today. Remember, your story doesn't have to be perfect. You just start speaking. The more stories you tell, the better your English will become. If you liked this video and learned something new, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and share with your fellow English learners. See you in the next video. Till then, keep speaking, keep improving. Bye bye.